Clipboard. Seizure. Reward money. Blow my horses.
I'm Dan Cummins.
I'm Joe Paisley.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Hey, yeah.
Reminded me of, we just saw Toy Story. It was on the household.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite parts of Toy Story is when they're looking for Woody's hat, and that shark pops out of the toy chest. He goes, "Hi, I'm Woody. Howdy, howdy, howdy." He's like, "Give me that," and rips the hat off. I don't know. And he throwing it back. Throwing it back. Welcome to Is We Dumb, episode 56.
Yes.
Moving right along. Did you have fun in Cleveland?
So much fun. So thanks to all the dummies who came out to the Cleveland shows, the hilarities, a lot of check for shoes, a lot of Jed Talks, references. Yeah, there's so many, between the various shows now, there's so many inside jokes that's what I was joking about with the people in Cleveland. It's like, it could literally be an hour of just random references from this show, Time Suck, mostly those, a little bit of Scared to Death, but it was fun. It was, the crowds were so much fun. It was, really, really fun weekend back out on the roads.
Right, and then where do you go next? I mean, this is a while out, but
yeah.
So people can go. I mean, I know you can always go to dancummins.tv, and they have to pay attention because, hard for me to believe, but shows are selling out. What?
Some shows are selling out, which is nice.
Yeah.
No, it is cool, but it's fun, and it's such a weird thing. I am so happy, obviously,
of course,
but then also do feel a little bad for some of the clubs. It is fucking insane, the labor shortage.
Oh, I know it is.
Like, it's crazy. Like even in hilarities, like one of the managers there, and I've been there a lot of times. They have such a good staff. But it was, in the past, it was like more laid back, and in the green room, Scott and Sam, like the managers, they'd stop and bullshit.
You got fluffers in there too, jerking you off.
But this time it was very much like, "Hey man, great to see you. I gotta run."
High five. Throw you some French fries.
We don't have enough people working the shift. I'm gonna take off, and then just like everybody running, and just like that crazy. There's right before the show, we were joking with Zach about gas station burritos.
So sad.
And Zach, and then hearing Zach living in Spokane talked about how his gas station down the street literally has a sign up for the little like roller foods that just basically says, "We don't have time.
We don't have time to roll.
We don't have enough people to make your fucking burritos."
America's dying.
But it is so surreal, though.
Think about the how simple that is. Simplicity of an item of food that was frozen and it has to roll on a rack.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Don't have time for it.
Do not have time." And I don't think I mentioned this on the show before, but like a lot of people are saying,
I'm laughing because it's fucking ridiculous.
Oh, it's just so ridiculous. And these are like a lot of people are saying, like, yeah, but these are like these, more like minimum wage jobs and like service jobs where people have gotten better jobs.
Oh, and I've seen people call them starter jobs. Oh, fuck.
Right.
Do you want to make everyone mad?
Right, which is so insulting to people who do that for a career.
Right.
And there is some of that. Some people have switched careers, but a lot of it is just so mysterious because my ex-wife, like her husband, so my kid's stepdad, he was talking about like he worked as a lineman for a long time for like a utility company. That's a good paying job.
Yeah.
It's great benefits. It's a union job. It starts at 6 figures.
Right.
Like in Spokane, like low 6 figures, but you can be 22 years old, 21 years old. You're making with overtime and everything because there's always fires, there's always power outages. You get overtime. You can make 6 figures out the gate with retirement, like all the things.
Right.
They can't find people.
You know what else you can get on top of 6 figures out the gate?
I don't want to work the hours.
You know what else you can get on top of 6 figures out the gate? Electrocuted to death.
Electrocuted to death, yes.
That's another perk.
It's risky.
It is
risky.
Another perk of the job.
It is risky.
Is that you could be fried from the inside out. Like, that's why.
True, but hard labor happens.
I just say no, it does.
Hard labor. But he was just like blown away.
Yeah.
And like there's people who are like, I just don't know. Where like just 3 years ago, the line was fucking long to get like a job application for one of those. And if you got in, you were like, snowball's chance in hell at getting those jobs. It is like this weird fucking bizarro world where a lot of people are like, I'm going to see if I win the lottery. I'm just going to wait and see if something better. It's like,
sit this one out.
This is not going to end well. I'm going to predict right now, for a lot of people, this little game that's being played, not going to end well. Pretty soon there's going to be all this credit card debt and be like, oh, fuck.
Oh my heck.
I've been having fun on the beach. I really didn't think this through.
Listen, if you were worried about robots taking your job before.
Right.
Oh, they're taking it now.
You're giving them a lot of incentive right now.
Robots have never been higher on the list of things that people want.
Right. I feel like a lot of CEOs who before were like, no, we can't give the robots jobs. It's not fair. Right now we're like, fuck them. Get the robots.
Robot Pinocchio, need them now.
Right. Get to the robots. I don't care who you replace. Fuck them all. I'm tired of this shit.
Right. Oh man, and you mentioned the CEO of a company, and actually, Apocalypse Pending today is about that exact same thing, just in a different light.
Okay.
Oh, and it's fucking terrible.
Really?
And it's going to fire you up, and I'm very excited about it.
Okay. I'm excited to share some of the stories we were talking about before the recording.
Oh yes,
We got some wild ones today.
Yeah, and I teased you about this before we get into the very super most important starting question.
Yeah.
And we have a big merch announcement too.
Okay.
But I couldn't forget to tell this. I've forgotten for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But Ezra, my son, who, if you listen to the stories or you listen to the shows at all, or maybe stories that I've shared on other shows that we do here at Bad Magic Productions, like you do know that he's like high functioning autistic.
Yeah.
And he loves shit that a lot of people shouldn't like.
Yeah, like fans.
Like fans and fire alarms and sprinklers. The PSI. I had to buy him a new sprinkler this past weekend because he just fucking loves this Rainmaster, whatever he fucking calls it, something pod that pops up. He just wanted to see how far it would shoot, and he spent all day adjusting it to make sure it covered the lawn exactly.
If they sold like Lego kits that were how to build like a ski lift thing, he'd be the one kid that would buy it.
One of the things that he loves,
you'd have to buy all the Lego ski kit engines.
He still talks about it, and like sometimes he wants to buy a roller coaster or he wants to build one. I'm like, but you have to like them first. He goes, no, I'm just testing them. You can ride them. I will build them. I'm like,
He's gonna be the
fair.
builder. You're gonna be the ride tester.
I was
That's
like,
fair.
I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah.
Like you might actually have to like those to know how they work. But one of the main things he likes is just motors in general. So he got really mad at me a couple weeks back, and because of his fascination with motors, he yelled out.
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh my god, I'm about to blow my horses," and I'm like, "Fucking what?"
What?
And Pepper goes, "What?
Gasket?"
And I'm laughing, and he goes, like I'm getting really fired up. I'm gonna blow my horses because he's been watching much stuff about horsepowers, and he confused horsepower and gasket. Right. He just announced that he's about to blow his horses.
I'm gonna blow a fuse horse.
About to blow my horses, and I started laughing so hard, which didn't help anything. But
about to blow my horses.
It still pops up. He gets mad, and like I hear Pepper in the other room, like, "Don't blow your horses." And I'm like, good one. And he's like, "Come on." He's like, "Shut up." And he gets all mad about it because he doesn't really get why it's funny yet.
Right.
But it is super funny.
That is awesome.
It's be so mad you're gonna fucking go blow my horses.
Little kids just saying goofy shit. It will never not be funny.
It's the best. And the emails continue to pour in from, there's a while back now where we talked about people messing up those kind of cliche sayings. Like, he'll give you the hair off his back. Or we'll play it by year.
Right.
Like shit like that.
Yeah.
I have to get all my birds in a row. Right, don't count your chickens before you get them in a row.
Right,
like weird shit like that. So
don't count your chickens before you have two in your hand.
Right. Huh? It still makes sense. Don't count them until you got them. I get it. So I'm about to blow my horses to that list. All right, you ready to take a look at our next merch collection?
I am. I'm ready to check it out.
So we're gonna bring it up on the screen here. Zach can bring it up.
Oh,
for the ones.
nice! The Just Don't collection.
Just Don't Volume 2. So we are happy to announce, I think officially, like the Just Don't T-shirt that we had in the store.
It's the best-selling T-shirt we've probably ever had.
We've ever had in Bad Magic production history.
Out of any show.
So we're like, okay. And you guys have asked for more options, so here we are, happy to announce we have more options. We have a hat.
Fantastic.
I don't even wear hats.
People were yelling Just Don't in Cleveland as well, too.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
We have the Just Don't hat. We have now Just Don't pullover hoodie. We have the desk mat. We have a cup. We have like, what do they call tapestries that you can hang on the wall?
Yeah.
And the T-shirts come in different color, or the sweatshirts come in different colors. You got like black,
it's
army
awesome.
green, blue, and there's even like a red and a mustard yellow. So they are across the board. And for all of you that were wishing for something a little more, you wanted more than just a T-shirt, good fucking news.
Good news.
And is there anything more relevant than a coffee cup that says "Just Don't"?
Just Don't.
I mean, come on. It's exactly what it is. Don't bug me till I have my goddamn coffee.
All of it does. The phrase in general feels timely right now. With people so fired up about a variety of things, just don't.
Just don't.
Stop it.
How about you just calm down?
Calm down.
Calm down. You can be really mad about this, or
calm down, Karen. Just don't.
Just don't. Sit down. You and your haircut, you look good. Sit down. All right, you ready to get warmed up?
I am, and I'm so ready just to tease out the theme of very responsive owners on the reviews continues for 1-star heroes, and this guy might be my favorite. He's not an unhinged lunatic like Steve-O in Colorado. This guy's
and by the way, we're waiting for more updates. There are people that have called Steve-O's.
And gotten abused.
He's got screamed at and told that they don't accept out-of-town numbers or out-of-state numbers.
One guy got threatened. One of our listeners called in to Steve-O's just figure out how crazy this guy was.
How's your pizza?
Yeah, and the conversation started with, "This is an out-of-state number," and it was like, "Fuck you, I'll kill you," like craziness.
And then click.
Yep.
So he's going to call back.
Wow.
There's other people that live around the area that have tried to go there that didn't even make it in the fucking front door because they felt threatened before they even went in.
That is
Like,
it's so insane.
It's a
how
compound.
the authorities not looked in to this fucking insane pizza place in Aurora.
Is he a cop? Like, is there a reason why?
Right.
Does he have some blackmail on the chief?
Something.
There's got to be something going on.
I've never heard of an owner like casually threatening people, especially an armed, a visibly armed owner casually threatening people's lives. And the out-of-state caller thing blew me away, where it's like, you don't know if that person just had... I have an out-of-state number here 5 years after living here because I don't want to change my number. I still have an LA number. And it's like, so if I call the pizza place down the street, it shows up as California. Like, how does he not think that has to happen there? And just every time, rather than think like, oh, they might have just moved here, he's like, I'll fucking kill you. Don't call here again.
Click. Bam. What the fuck?
This guy is unhinged.
Undercover cop is like, it can't be that bad. He goes, I'll have a pizza. Like, fuck you. And he spits in his face. Like, holy shit. Like, Steve-O.
Dude, what are you doing?
You gotta go to jail, bro.
Right.
Like, you can't do that. Shows him the badge, like, oh, I'm so sorry, man. I support law enforcement. It's like, fuck, dude. Like, no, you can't do this shit. Get in the car.
I was just thinking, like, what if Steve-O is an undercover
The whole time he's just waiting.
Yep. He's a narc. Maybe that's what it is. He's like an informant. He's an informant, and he's a valuable informant. And so they're like, look, Steve-O's going to fucking do a lot of crazy shit at that pizza place. And just don't look at it. Just look the other way. He's put 5 drug dealers or whatever that we have been after in jail.
He's closed like 7 sex trafficking rings.
He closed 3 homicides last year. We think he may have helped kill one of the people, but he at least got the other guy behind bars.
I mean, we know who did it. Like it was him.
Right,
But
it's him.
But he helped solve the case because it was him that killed him. But
we know it's him, but he did frame this other guy really well. And the jury and the evidence held up in court. So that's all you can ask for.
It turns out the other guy smoked weed.
The other guy did smoke weed. So at least we got a criminal behind bars. So he's killed 17 people in the last year, but he's got them all framed for weed charges.
He's gotten over $100 in weed off the streets. Okay. So looking forward to that.
This guy is the most methodical.
I do have respect for that.
It's interesting.
Okay. And then we're getting off to the first question here, and it's been sent in by a billion people, so let's get into it. The very super most important starting question. Hey, Dan?
Yes.
Would you rather have penises for fingers or have a vulva for a mouth?
Oh, God.
First thoughts that come to head.
You know what's crazy is like I am sexually attracted to women, but the vulva sounds more disgusting right off the bat in this situation. Like penis fingers sound funny and gross. Vulva mouth just sounds gross to me, and it's just like because I love pussy. I can say that, but
hell yeah,
photogenically, like. It's not always the best. It doesn't photograph well always, in my opinion. It's just like a vulva on its own. I'm not like, man, I just love the way that looks. I love the way it feels.
Yeah.
I have a good association with it.
Certain taste, if I may.
I don't want to have a little, it tastes great. I don't want to have like a little like framed picture of it on my desk.
Why not?
Boobs, I love the picture of boobs.
Fleshlight. That's exactly what it is.
Fleshlight. I love the picture of a vagina in conteft with everything else.
Just pictured like a ventriloquist.
Yeah.
But all you had was a fleshlight. Hey, everybody! Thanks for coming out to the show. He's got like some googly eyes on the like taped to the top of this fucking fleshlight. I've got a joke. What the fuck? We paid to come here, baby.
Oh my God!
You got great reviews. But when I read this the first time, I was like, oh man, it's the first time in my life I ever wished I had a tiny penis. Because then you had like
little tiny fingers, or like regular size fingers.
That's where I was like, maybe not, because if you're gonna have dicks on your hand.
Well, you don't want huge dicks.
Sure, but do you want little tiny dicks?
You don't want micro peens either. You don't want like weird little like you get one knuckle, like you're down to one knuckle per finger.
If you had tiny little tiny little baby hands, tiny baby hands with your fingers for dicks. I mean, in that case, you might as well have some big ass finger dicks. At least you can flex on it a little bit. It's like, oh man, but at least they're big.
I gotta be sure.
I'm gonna look up some finger dicks real quick.
No, I'm gonna look up vulva picture to make sure it's the lips, right?
It's the whole thing.
It's the whole thing. It's the whole exterior.
Yeah.
I get confused with the anatomical. So pulling it up here, labia majora. Wait, where's the? Oh, it is the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always looking for the vulva. It's the whole kit and caboodle.
It's the whole truck. It's not the wheels. It's not the steering wheel. It's the whole goddamn truck.
It is the vulva. It says here, Health Shots, Vulva 101. It's the pubic hair and the clitoris and the urethral opening and the labia minora and majora and the vaginal opening. So when you're seeing the porn shot, you're looking at straight vulv.
How come?
Sweet vulv.
How come Volvo? Maybe that's why I went like truck.
Vulva. Yeah, Volvo.
I was like, yeah, the whole truck. I was thinking of like Volvo cars.
You're looking at that Volvo 350. A lot of horsepower.
Sick ass. My mom had an old Volvo like where we had to fold the license plate down to put the gas in.
Yeah.
Remember those?
Oh, I never had one, but yes.
Kind of Batmobile looking motherfucker.
yes. I forgot about that.
I was so young. I have never thought about that in so long. How come we don't do that anymore? It's just inconvenient. I don't know. But yeah,
I think there was a safety situation with that.
Really? Like the
think it was
pumps? You had to park in a weird spot to get the pumps to reach
I think
around
like
to
when you got rear-ended. I don't think it's a good...
mash your shit in.
I don't think it's a good position for that.
And bend up your pooper. Am I right?
Right.
So a talking vagina, terrifying.
Yes.
If you got aroused, if you got aroused, and then you're fucked. You have a bunch of like chopsticks on your hands.
Right.
Like the only way you can eat sushi is if like you're somehow like jerking off and like you have to get hard to eat some sushi.
You definitely have a porn career if you have a handful of dicks.
There's got to be a Freddy Krueger
Oh.
knockoff that has nothing but dicks on that glove.
Probably.
I haven't seen it, but I would.
Somebody with a Freddy glove and then like 5 contortionists who can somehow magically get all their holes like that close together
Under one power glove.
so that one glove can like fill all of them. There's something like that
What
out
a
there.
life.
What a life.
And
But-
I think I have to assume it feels the same too. Right?
God.
Like it has to feel like good.
you got to wear a glove. Is it both hands or one hand?
It just says for fingers, so I'm guessing you're
Both
fucked.
hands.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to wear weird ass gloves all the time because it's like you have super sensitive fingers.
Expandy gloves.
Oh my God. You get your fucking fingers mashed in a window, slammed in a door. That's going to be the most pain. You slam through your dicks in a door?
Going to the doctor?
Screaming in the hallway. I just got 3 of my dicks slammed in the door.
Open the door, goddammit! Yeah, but you still have 2 more. Right? Yeah, okay.
Right? We'd have at least 8 more.
Oh, yeah.
If you have like
Get a whole
thumbs,
other
fingers.
hand.
Now I'm kind of weird because it says fingers, right?
So you have to like fit?
Because some people be weird and won't technically like put the thumb in with the fingers. They're like, well, the fingers are you got 8 fingers and you got 2 thumbs, even though they're all really fingers.
In this case, please don't give me 1 thumb and 4
That's
dick
what I was
fingers.
thinking. That's even weirder if you have normal human thumbs and then 4 dick fingers on your hand.
What if it was only the thumb? You're like, hey man, hey bro, are you doing
I got 2 thumb dicks.
You doing good over there? Give me a thumbs up. God damn it!
Wing?
Come on, just
No, come on, bro. Give me a real thumbs up. Then you gotta jerk your thumb off until it gets like full thumb size.
2 thumbs way up. Foing.
You got 2 hard ass thumbs up.
You have a sick ass movie review channel.
Oh my God.
With 2 dick thumbs.
Oh, you'd have the fucking best movie review channel. Your YouTube channel would have so many millions of followers. 2 hard thumbs up. And it's like a weird, like it circumvents the censorship thing.
Right.
Like you could like sue and you're like, no, these are my thumbs. And so YouTube has to show your thumb dicks. No censorship.
The rating scale changes for you because you have 2 thumbs up, but are they way up?
Right.
Or are they limp ass fucking
Yeah.
two limp thumbs up?
2 half hard thumbs up.
2 chubby thumbs up?
You get 2 chubs. I give this film one hard thumb and 1 chub.
Do they have little fingernails on them? No. Okay. But I wish they did. Because what does a dick look like with a fingernail?
Oh my God.
That's fun.
Horrible. Like a weird little helmet on the head of the dick. Little thumbnail helmet.
Little visor for your helmet. So you have a vulva for a mouth. Vulva for a mouth. I have a hard time picturing that, but man, it sucks. It's like going to a
Now that
drive-through at Arby's and the sandwich starts talking to you.
right.
Like I'm not a big fan of that.
Now that I've been refreshed on truly what the vulva is and how it's everything, you just straight up have like a pussy on your face. The whole thing. Pubic hair. You get a pubic hair mustache over the top of your pussy mouth. No way.
Could
There's
be
no
worse.
fucking way I'm doing that. I'm having finger dicks.
No teeth. Do you get teeth in the vulva?
That's
Or
even
you-
more
Oh, you're
horrifying. That's like that fucking Star Wars monster in the Sarlacc, in the sand pit, right? That's what I'm picturing. Like you have like that's what you have with a vulva with teeth. Is you have a fucking monster from space. Dicks are funnier.
Dicks are funnier. Yeah, I guess like an old person mouth, dentures out. That looks like a vulva. That's a mess. Well, you want the pandemic to go on forever because you want to wear a mask.
My God.
For a reason.
And then you have to worry about, like, as a dude, you have to worry about, like, in a different way, I would imagine, like a rapist. Someone's gonna want to fuck your pussy mouth.
Well,
right?
Better than your butthole, am I right? All right.
Is it?
Probably not. I'm just trying to make the best of a bad situation.
You're trying to talk them into, like, just fuck my butthole.
Please don't.
Like, they're like, give me that pussy mouth. No, just, hey, hold up. I know you got a gun in my head, but I got a tight butthole. What if you fuck that instead? Like, you're really trying to sell them on the butthole. Just get in there.
Listen, then I can't see you and things aren't weird. Then I can't see you and things aren't weird. You get a little aroused and you start drooling. Hey-oh.
Yes. Oh, my God. Your mouth's wet. Extra wet. Okay. Finger dicks. I can't.
You don't want me and let those fuck. Anyway, did we make it? It doesn't matter. Moving on. fuck decisions on that one. I wish I had both. Man.
Oh, that's interesting.
Eating food. If we said that the dick fingers has to feel good because it's a dick and it's on your fingers.
Right.
Eating food.
Okay.
You're fucking yourself with a pussy mouth.
And if you had a pussy mouth and I had finger dicks, I could get your mouth womb pregnant.
Match made in heaven.
I mean, it says vulva for a mouth. It doesn't say uterus. But what if you had like a uterus? I don't know, somehow in your chest cavity then,
or in your throat, like where your Adam's apple is, and that's where you keep your babies.
You have a big your Adam's apple gets so pregnant,
bro. Is that a growth?
You're gonna have a throat baby.
Is that a growth? No, it's a boy.
I know. Dan finger fucked my mouth. Now I got a throat baby.
Holy shit! Is that cancer? No, it's twins. Hey. Okay, I have to talk about it. Periods. So they have a tampon in your mouth.
Oh God! Dang it! Once a month, your mouth bleeds.
Bleeding out your mouth. Anyway, what happened? I got in a fight.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Your mouth's on the rag.
Just gossing it up. Anyway, again.
And your fingers come. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
So much like a bukkake situation.
Finger painting.
If you had all your finger dicks go off at once.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
You need more balls.
Yeah. Your balls are working overtime.
It's going to be a pathetic ejaculation out of 10 fingers. Yeah, just like one drop. Like, I'm sorry, it never happens.
All the extra wiring you got to have to make it from your balls all the way. You have gigantic balls.
Oh, man.
Fueling all those finger dicks.
I just went to, I think, last week with the balls on the chin. That's what they got to be. You got to have balls on your elbows. Bobos.
Yeah, you got to redesign some stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, we're in a magical world that works out. I want both.
Oh.
I want one of us to have each one. We can play around with each other and experiment.
Perfect.
And it'll be a great time. Anyway, watch it on YouTube. Are you ready to move on? Because I love your story this week.
Okay.
Okay, we're doing Dumb in the Wild.
Dumb in the Wild.
Have a look at this little beauty.
So this is probably a quick one here because the situation did resolve itself. Okay. Which was nice. But it was just something I had never expected. And I want you to know before I get into it, as you know, but just the dummies listening know, never went off on this kid, and don't think this kid is a complete idiot. Okay, just made a really dumb decision at work. Mm-hmm. So Lindsay and I last week we go down to the the resort here at CDA. It's only about an hour from or not an hour. Oh my God, a mile. I was gonna say sorry, a mile.
I was
from
like,
here
holy shit!
No, a mile.
Did you move?
No, so it's only like it takes us. I don't know, 3-4 minutes to get down there. So we'll go down there. What's nice is it has easy valet parking that you also, if people don't know this here in Coeur d'Alene, you don't have to pay for. Mm-hmm. You tip the driver, but as long as you're eating dinner or having a drink or whatever, they don't care at the hotel. Then they just park it for free.
Right. I mean, you just show the desk your receipt. They're like, great, and it's validated, and then away you go.
And I've never even had to show the receipt.
What?
They've never checked the receipt for me.
Oh man. I think they just see me and they're like, receipt, sir?
Oh,
like,
no.
I just look sketchier, and they're like,
that's crazy.
Look at this motherfucker.
Where's your receipt,
I just
dirtbag?
always thought you did. Yeah, no, fuck me.
No, you don't. I've never even had to do that.
How come no one's told me?
you've been like forcing on them. They're like, okay, fine, we don't
Fine,
care.
yeah, I'll look at it. They look like
whatever.
they do like the fake like eyes open. Well,
Right,
yeah, look
right,
good.
yeah, it looks fine.
Get
It's
out of here,
receipt, get out of
weirdo.
here. So we have a couple drinks at the little Whispers Lounge there. We go to head home. Show the valet desk the little receipt for the valet. All of a sudden, we're waiting outside. The kid pops out. He's like, "Hey, what kind of Ford do you have again?" And I'm like, "Oh, this isn't good in my head." But I'm like, "Well, it's a F-150. I give him the year. I give him the color." He's like, "Okay," and he's like, "And it's not like a matte gray." I'm like, "No, it's not a matte gray." Okay. So he runs back in, and then he comes back out again a little bit later, looking more concerned. I'm like, well, this isn't good. And he's like, can you come help me find your key? Just can't find it on the board.
Can you scoot back here with me real quick?
So I go into the valet area, and it wasn't the kid I'm working with now who was the kid who dropped my car off.
Okay.
So I go in, we're looking, we can't find it anywhere. And then he did ask a funny thing. The only time I got a little testy with him, not with him really, but more about the situation. He goes, well, do you know where maybe you could have left it? And I'm like, where I left it? I'm like, yeah, I know exactly where I left it. I left it with you fucking guys, and now you can't find it. And he's like, right. You're right. And I don't know what I was thinking.
Hold on, did you park it in Whispers? did you sit in your truck while you had drinks?
Yeah, did you possibly sit it? No, I wouldn't have. What are you talking
Did you
about?
put it in the lake or on the roof? No, fuck, I gave it to you.
So he's panicking now, and I'm like, well, can I come? Do you want to walk me up to the truck, and then let's look for it? Maybe he left it in the truck.
Okay.
And he's like, okay, good idea. And so then we go up to the truck. The truck's locked. It's not in there. And I'm like, well, this fucking sucks. And then he's like, and he goes back. Now I go back down. He's like, 1 second. And now the valet manager comes out and just immediately apologizes. And he's like, not gonna lie to you, we lost your keys. And I'm like, what?
Good news.
Good news. We lost your keys.
No. That's bad news.
That's bad news.
Good news, you found him.
And then he's
sorry, I always mess that up.
And then he's like, are you local? Are you out of town? And when I told him I was local, he was so relieved because I do have a spare key, down at the house. And then, so what ended up happening is he drove us back to the house and then drove us back to the resort. And then we took the spare key and drove it home. But I was like, well, what happens if I was out of town? I'm like, that's crazy. And then, they never told me exactly what happened in the situation, but they were very much like, oh, we'll cover it, whatever. But now I'm thinking about the kid who I gave the keys to. And looking back, I'm like, of course it would be this kid. He was like, I've only had one person ever joke around with me when I've dropped the keys off, and I've probably been there 40 times.
Okay.
And it was him. And right away, he's like, Cummins, huh? You ask for your name, and then he sees I'm driving a Ford. He's like, why are you driving a Ford then? Why are you driving a Ford? And just being goofy.
What if he said that and he's like, go to Paris for a Dan Cummins deal.
Oh my God, yeah.
You're like,
Like,
fuck it. You could punch him right there, right in the face.
But he's joking around and just seems like a normal but goofy 17-year-old. And I'm like, whatever, but maybe this isn't the job for you. And then when they can't find my keys and they're asking me who dropped him off, I didn't have his name, but I gave a vague description, and they immediately, I'm not gonna say his name here on the show, but they immediately oh yeah, blank. and there was 3 of them at one point, the boss and 2 of the valets, and the 2 other kids rolled their eyes.
Oh.
This isn't the first time he's fucked up. And it just reminded me, when I was that age, this wouldn't have been a good job for me because I was goofy and forgetful. Wouldn't be a good job for my son, who's really smart kid, but can be a little goofy and forgetful.
Sure.
Because I'm like, on this job, it's so simple. You just can't forget. There's 3 things.
There's not a whole lot of steps.
You park the car. You bring the car back, and then the most important thing you do is you don't lose the fucking keys.
Right.
You park the car, you bring the car back, you don't hit anything. That's also very important. But most important, it's not literally the most important thing. Do not lose the fucking keys.
And even if you widen the net a little bit more, there's 2 more steps, and one is
Right.
get dressed in the morning.
Right.
Then there's the other steps, and at the end it's then take your clothes off and go to bed.
Right.
That is all you have to do that day.
Yeah.
And you fucked up one of the 5 steps that are in that ring.
So if you're a valet driver, I'm going to alter our did you check for shoes and just change it to the most important advice. Did you check for the fucking keys? Right. Did you check for keys? Did you check for keys? Did you check for keys?
Right.
Have that in your head after every drop off. Did you check for keys? Because what happened was I found out, and I was kind of surprised that the head of the valet was this kind of forthright or whatever.
Sure.
But one kid had alluded to this policy before we determined it was definitely lost. He said what happens is they get sent up to drop off one car, and then somebody else calls their car in. So a lot of times they drive up in one car, drive back down in another car. And what will happen, and it's happened before, is they will lose the cars for the first vehicle in the second vehicle, which is then being driven away. And then sometimes, obviously, it's a huge pain in the ass to get those keys back. And sometimes they never get them back. So maybe we should, rethink that policy. But that's what that kid who dropped off mine, it turned out he just left my keys. They fell out of his pocket in the second vehicle.
Sure.
Is what the guy said.
Right.
So
Like maybe a little, not very
keys.
not very stylish, but like maybe like a little
Yep.
key fanny pack.
The little clip.
Like
Exactly.
something that you, when you're done, the keys go in that so they don't fall out of your goddamn pocket.
And I just thought, like, how do they not have those already? Some system that way? Because that is crazy. Where it's like, I thought about Vegas. I thought about like, you're going to Vegas. Everyone's flying in and out. You got.
They must have a different system. Like,
I would think, but even here, the airport's an hour away. Like, what if? I had a flight the next day, and I'm like, all right, motherfucker, I guess you're giving me your car.
Yeah.
Or something like that. That's just crazy.
And there's got to be, because I know it's a very popular job. Like I know a lot of my friends have been part of valet at some point in their lives.
Yeah.
And they do have some really funny stories, by the way.
Man, I bet.
That a lot of times they don't do what you think you're doing with your car.
I bet.
But if you're a dummy out there and you can like either support or go against this, like, is this a common thing? Like,
Right.
I have no idea. I've never been a part of the valet culture. I have no idea if the keys are like lost all the time.
Yeah.
Like maybe in Vegas, it's like 100 times a night out of 5,000 cars.
Right.
A bunch of keys are stolen and are lost. Like, what are you going to do?
And what happens? I mean, they got to be liable in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I would think the person would have a pretty good case if like they miss a flight or miss some kind of thing because they can't get there now because of the car, or they have to get another rental car, or they have to get something, or they have to leave the rental car until you can take it. One of your valet people can eventually take it to the Hertz or whatever.
Right.
I would think that the valet people would have to pay for that.
Yeah,
the company they work for.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Just don't do that.
So just check for keys.
Check for keys. God damn it. All right. You ready to move off to Dum-dum Idiots?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's do it.
Dum. Dum-dum. Dum. Dum-dum idiot.
Now, just for our YouTube viewers, I just want to we'll move on fast.
Okay.
But yes, Joe is wearing a different shirt because yes, it's 1,000 degrees. No, we appreciate your help, but we are trying to figure it out. We might not be able to because it's not our building.
Right.
Someday we'll have our own studio.
God, I would love to.
And then there'll be so much effort put into temperature control. But for right now, just know that we're fine. We're fine.
we're gonna-
just addressing it for the visual people.
Yeah, for sure. Because we have gotten a bunch of advice about people like, hey,
Which is very nice.
It is very nice.
And if it was our space, we would take it.
100%.
Yeah, and someday we will.
I love it that if we move into another space in the future,
Yes.
like
Which is the goal. It's just real estate's tight right now in Coeur d'Alene.
and it's going to be so personalized.
Yeah.
like a car, you'll be
Yes.
able to control how hot it is 5
my
feet
gosh.
from me, and then I'll have my own zone. And every desk will have its own AC and heater. Like we're going all out here.
I can't wait for customization though.
It's gonna be a blast.
Yeah.
You kidding me? Okay, so this first story for Dum-dum Idiots was sent in by Dummy Minty, and it is Class A Dum-dum Idiot material.
Okay.
So a woman comments on police most wanted post about her, and then gets arrested.
Oh my God, that's right.
So she's a criminal oversharer. Oklahoma police tracked down a suspect on their most wanted list after she asked about the reward money in a
Wow.
reply to their Facebook post about her alleged crime, authorities said. So Lorraine Graves, who made a Graves mistake, was busted on a charge of accessory to murder after she committed on a Tulsa Police Department post on Wednesday, or commented on a police department post on Wednesday. It listed her as the force's weekly most wanted.
Wow, she commented on that post.
Like it's not like a parking ticket. It's not a speeding ticket. It's not stealing some shit. Like even to go even farther, it's not like burglary.
Right.
It's accessory to fucking murder.
And she didn't even create a dummy account from what I understand, right?
Nope.
It's like from her own account.
Exactly. So Graves replied to the post saying, "Where's the reward money at?" Detectives arrested her Thursday in North Tulsa. According to the department, her bond was set at $500,000.
Wow.
The cops said. So there are people on here that said,
boy.
so it says, "Girl, you better stay off social media. They can track you." One person commented, just looking out for it.
Yeah.
And then, "Ain't gonna be funny when you get processed," said another. And then, of course, once she got caught, there was a comment on there said, "Well, did she get her reward money?" I'm guessing it wasn't
absurd.
$500,000. It wasn't enough to get her out.
Yeah, and that's one of those things like you were talking a little bit before. Like, was she trying to be funny,
I
just
bet
messing around, or was she super dumb? If she's super dumb, then that's just an extra level of sad. Where it's just like you're that stupid, you don't understand that you probably should be in jail.
Exactly.
Maybe you'll get some education in there. Something.
Yeah, and if there's one thing we've learned on this show, it's that criminals often not the smartest.
Right. So hopefully, maybe we can reform some prisons and like have like for certain offenders like a better education where you actually get like a good education there, so you hopefully don't come back.
Right.
But then there was the other point you brought up where it's like, what if she was just like, oh my god, like thinking she's so clever, like a little joke with her friends, like wouldn't it be funny if I commented on a fucking post about people trying to catch me? How hilarious would that be if I got away with that?
And the one dude who's probably not the best advice giver was like, yeah, you should fucking,
that's great.
That's so funny, do it.
That's a risk-reward thing. I'm amazed with a lot of people don't have a good understanding of risk versus reward, which I do try to, like I've done a lot of stupid shit. Unless I'm fucked up on something, usually, not always. I definitely do some stupid stuff where later I'm like, what the hell, I lost my temper, whatever.
Sure.
But for the most part, when I'm being like weird or goofy, I do think risk versus reward. Even like a simple thing like jaywalking.
Yeah.
Like we've talked about before. It's like, whatever, the risk is so low. Whatever, a very small fine. You know, sometimes speeding, I'll think like, I need to get to this place in a hurry. It's important to me to not be late. I'm going to have to speed to get there. I'm okay paying the ticket if they pull me over. Like the acceptable risk.
Right.
The risk on this one, fucking huge.
Yeah.
You go to jail for prison, for accessory to murder. You're going to go to prison for years. The reward, some people think it's funny.
You've got 5 people like, oh, damn, girl, that's funny.
Right. Because you're not going to get the reward money. There's no fucking way.
Absolutely not. She was 100%.
Maybe she was that deluded where she thought she was so clever.
Or so just she could hide from them forever. She's already pulled it off for months. Because it did say that she was the most wanted of the week, and the crime was earlier in the year.
Right.
So she might have just been getting away with it for a long time.
Which makes it even dumber. It's like, you could have gotten away with it, it sounds like. But then you outed yourself, and then didn't you say that they were able to trace the post using their technology to her location because she posted from her phone?
Right. She posted from her own account, and I'm guessing that's how it happened. The
Attached to
article
her
I
phone.
read did not say that's exactly how, but that's got to be how. There's no other way.
IP address or phone. I'm guessing they either like traced her IP address to her house or traced her, the post to her phone.
I mean, if you're accessory to a murder, like they have access to your account. Like they're going to be able to find you. Like they will have the right to track you.
Yeah, they're gonna get the what do you call it? The oh my god,
warrant. Yeah.
To look into your digital kind of whereabouts or whatever, and then to not even do a dummy account. Wow.
And this isn't the first time I've seen an article like this. Like other people have done that too. But the other one that I've seen recently was a guy who was like, calm down, I'm turning myself in tomorrow.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And then he did. Then he turned himself in.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he's like, God damn, he goes, don't look for me. He goes,
I'll be there.
I'm figuring some stuff. I have some things to wrap up. And then I'll turn myself in. And actually,
I'm fucking busy.
Now that I'm thinking about it, he had to tie some things up. He had to get some stuff done. And then he wrote back on the same one later after saying he was going to turn himself in. He's like, I need another week. There's some things I have to do. And then when that week was up, he did go turn himself in.
That is hilarious that he was updating them. Listen, I got to get my affairs in order. Come on. We all know I'm guilty. It's going to be several years before I'm free again. So I got to talk to my lawyer. I got to sign some docs.
Things to do. I got to pay rent.
A very responsible person getting ready to go to prison.
The only thing worse she could have said, be like, come on. Like they posted like the last thing she was seen, or the last place she was seen was this address. She's like, God damn it, I moved out of that shithole months ago. I now live at 5847 North Schmoogle Street. You're like, wait, what? Is she that dumb? They show up like, hi, good to see ya. I'm Lorraine.
My God. And then we were talking about like the ability some people don't have to keep stuff in their head.
Yes.
Right? Like that's a funny thing to think about. Like if you're actually looking at the post on Facebook and you're sitting in your house on the computer, that it's kind of a funny thing to like joke with your friend about like how funny would it be if I asked about my own reward?
Oh my God.
Like, oh, that'd be hilarious.
I'm not going to.
Right, I'm not going to because I'm not fucking stupid. But how funny would it be in a hypothetical way to imagine doing that? Like, oh, that's hilarious. And then like we do here, you have your little fucking flight of fancy and you joke about it.
That's one of like our biggest bonds. Together is that we're fucking crazy.
Right, and we love thinking, yes. But like, we both like to think crazy things in almost every situation, or they just actually, we can't help it. They just pop into our heads.
Right.
But both of us, for the most part, overwhelming majority of the time, don't actually act on those thoughts.
Because?
What do they call it? Intrusive thoughts.
Sure.
I have so many intrusive thoughts that are fucking horrific every single day.
Right.
I'm thinking the worst things all the time, but I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I keep them in.
I just got reminded of that actually this morning on the day that we're recording this.
Yeah.
Because I've thought about this well over probably 7 dozen times.
Right.
Where I go to a coffee stand and I drive up there and I place my order and I give them my card and they give it back to me on a tiny little clipboard.
Right.
And in my brain, I'm like, what if I just don't give this back? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
What are you gonna do?
What are you going to do? I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. Thank you so much. And I just like take it and I give them the receipt back with their pen.
Yeah.
They're like, can I have the clipboard back? I'm like, no, you just gave it to me. Like, no, I gave it to you so you could sign. Like, you didn't say that. You didn't say that you just gave it to me to sign with. I thought you were giving it to me. Like, come on. Like, they laugh a little bit. And then I'm like, you gonna fucking fight me over this tiny clipboard?
Right.
And I show up, like they're heads up. They have a whole poster inside of the coffee shop. Like, look out for Joe Paisley. He's gonna steal our fucking clipboard. And I roll up. I have like 15 of them in my passenger seat. Tiny clipboards, guys.
You have one taped to your steering wheel, so it's right there for you to sign things when they hand them from coffee shops.
It has call Joe if lost. With my phone number. Like, that wasn't yours.
That's what was yours.
Well, it is now. You gave it to me.
I was picturing a twist on that where they give you the clipboard, you sign it, you put the clipboard down, and they're like, "Oh, can I get that clipboard back?" And you're just like, "What clipboard?"
Right.
Like, no, the one I just gave you. No, you didn't. And then just refuse to stop denying it.
Prove it. You just gave me a tiny clipboard.
Right. Do you have video? You give me that clipboard? Because I don't fucking see it. The manager's like, would you just give the clipboard? What clipboard?
Oh, wait.
Are you accusing me of stealing a fucking clipboard you never gave me? Because eventually they would just drop it.
Like, God damn, it's $2 clipboard, dude.
God, that guy's fucking insane.
Or they're listing off reasons of why, like, no, I just gave it to you and here's what happened, blah, blah. And they start talking to you and like slowly you just bring the clipboard up to take notes on it. You're right, like, no, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Okay, all right. But I still don't have a clipboard.
I still don't have a fucking clipboard. You throw it in the back seat. I still don't fucking have one. Like, God damn it, dude, this guy.
This guy's so crazy. They would just let you
Taking
go.
notes. That's a good point.
I had an intrusive thought just yesterday or 2 days ago, whatever, as we're recording this.
Okay.
We're flying back from Cleveland, Lindsay and I, and just using the bathroom. And I didn't. There's. I think I've gotten in trouble for this before, admitting this. But in the Spokane bathroom, there's 2 large stalls. One of them doesn't even say handicapped. It's just a large stall. So I don't think I'm. But I like to go in
It's
there.
for big poops.
It's for big poops. There's more room in there. You can set things. And then I just had this like set your backpack, set your luggage, whatever. And then I had this thought of like, just because these are the kind of thoughts I have all the time, of what if you either A, just started loudly and casually jerking off in the back, like you make no attempt to make it quiet. You put porn on, you turn up the porn, and then you just jerk off until completion in the bathroom stall where they can't see you unless they look through the crack. And it's like, can you get in trouble for that? Is that illegal? And then if that was illegal, I thought, to make it even crazier, what if you just made a little sound file of the sound? It's clearly the sound of like a dude jerking off, but they never say that explicitly. They're never like, "Oh yeah, I'm fucking beating off." It's just
Look
audio.
at me jerking off.
Look at me jerking off. Oh, I'm jerking off. It's just audio. The sound of someone clearly jerking off, and then also mix in like weird ass animal sounds, like there's fucking. Like there's fucking animals involved in this, like they're fucking animals maybe. Then I was thinking, could you get in trouble? You play that full volume. Let's say it's like 3 minutes long. You just set it on the toilet paper dispenser and you just fucking let the whole thing play. And it's loud. Maybe even bring in a little Bluetooth speaker.
I can't poop without animals.
I can't poop without
Sorry, I was raised on a farm.
I have to listen to somebody either fucking some animals or jerking off next to animals.
What, were you raised in a barn? Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I was. That's the only way I know how to poop. If I have farm noise.
But what a weird thing where, they can ask you to stop. Clearly,
I mean, bestiality's illegal.
Bestiality's legal.
But if they were to catch you and they're like, is he really...
But pooping next to the sounds of someone possibly fucking animals?
Good luck. I'll see you in court.
I'll see you in court.
That's what I say.
Good luck getting anything to stick.
Besides this cum. Am I right? Hey.
But those are the thoughts I have all the time. Like just creating really uncomfortable situations that aren't technically illegal.
I, for one...
But I wouldn't do it because I don't want to deal with people being that mad at me.
I have 2 thoughts on this.
Yeah.
One, I would love it if I was in the stall next to that situation.
Yeah,
I'm
it'd be very entertaining.
This is sweet.
This is a good story.
I'd be peeking under the
What's he doing in there?
Under the stall, looking like for little chicken feet, some hooves. Like, this guy fucking a cow in here. First of all, how do you get the cow in here?
Yeah.
Second of all, he's gonna fuck it right
He's
here.
gonna fuck it in the airport bathroom.
Oh, no wonder he knew the handicap stall. He's gotta get Betsy in there. He's got a fucking cow.
The balls on this guy to go balls deep on a cow in the airport.
I mean,
kudos.
Hats off.
Kudos.
Hats off to this guy.
He's committed to his
bells
lifestyle.
Off. Bells off to this cow fucker. But the other one is, how weird is that about just like stall size in general? You don't need a lot of room to sit down and poop, but goddamn, you feel like a goddamn king in those big...
I know, it feels nice.
It's just like, look at me. All this space. Me and my butt.
Yeah.
And what is it, though? That is weird.
It is weird.
The smaller ones, it's just really... The second you can get in a big one, you're like, I'm taking it.
It's weird when some of the bathrooms, and I actually have seen this, not often, but I've seen like these big stalls, usually like in a little like a coffee shop, restaurant, like a mom and pop place.
Okay.
So it won't be the stall, it'll be like a one at a timer bathroom, but they'll have a toilet, and then they'll have like a love seat or a chair it'll be like sink, toilet, and then also like a love seat chair situation. And I'm like, who the fuck is that for? It's like, were you just like going to go in? You're just going to sit around and wait until you're totally ready to go to the bathroom? Or, more likely, you just sit there next to someone taking a shit or going to the bathroom? I mean, like, maybe a parent, yes.
I don't know.
Little kids on the toilet and you're sitting there trying to... But I like, that's...
Still weird.
It's an odd vibe.
Stand up. Just stand up.
Yeah, just stand up. And
Stand up. I'm going to go to the
bathroom.
bathroom. Guess what? You can stand there for 30 goddamn seconds.
Right. Even just fucking reading a book next to people taking a shit.
What do they call it? Like you're almost ready? Like prairie dogging? Like, is that what they call it with the poop thing? Where it's like, whoop, 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 yeah,
turtle head poking out.
Classic.
Then I was thinking, like, with the couch situations, that's a thought I would have there is just like, what if you just sat there and refused to leave?
Is this not a rest room?
I'm sorry, is this not a restroom? I can't take a rest? And then, like, regardless of what color you are, just to make it uncomfortable, be like, oh, what are you, fucking racist? Like, make me looking like me? I just try and make it a race situation. Just random white dude. What are you, racist? You can't sit on this fucking couch in the bathroom? What are you, sexist?
You know, they put like little pokey things on it for pigeons when they don't want them to sit on it.
Right.
It's there for decoration. They just cover it in pokes so you don't sit down.
That's their new thing. So then it's even weirder. Like, they have a chair that is not built for anyone to sit in it.
But it looks like Pinhead. It's like a Pinhead love seat.
It took me a while to figure out what those pins were for a while. And I'm like, why are there, like, down in LA, like, why do these walls have, like, the fucking pins? So the pigeons don't shit everywhere.
And you know what else is something that maybe, I'm sure you know, maybe you don't. But a lot of people I am shocked they don't know.
Yeah.
But if you're ever going around, and this is from me growing up skateboarding and loving skateboarding, you see these handrails and you see benches that have little metal plates on them that are just like periodically spaced out.
It's to fuck up your skateboarding,
so you don't
right?
You don't grind them. You don't fuck them up. But they're not putting those little chunks of metal on there as decorative pieces. It's so that homie can't skate on it. That's why they put them there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It just stops you. They're like, nope, you will not be grinding this handrail. And then everyone else who does the skateboard is like, oh, why is this little metal leaf on here?
It's from skaters.
It's so you don't grind it.
I'm laughing only because Kyler Monroe just got into skating again.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
they're more into it.
Uh-huh.
And I was just being on our recent vacation, just such a jackass dad, like just like the dumbest dad jokes. But it became my theme. It's like whatever we were doing, I would talk about, I don't even know the moves, but I would just poorly use skate terminology to talk about what I would do here. You know, like if we were at the pool, like the beach, I'm like, man, if I had my fucking board, I'd fucking grind nose that fucking kickflip so hard. I'd fucking be out in the water, just kick flipping and nose grinding. Just a fucking ollie off of the roof.
Like a 360 sand flip.
I do a fucking rodeo's 360 flip kick right into the water.
God damn it. So
Because they're trying to take it seriously. I'm just mocking the whole thing constantly.
Hey, come on, do a kickflip.
Do a kickflip.
That's a whole bit. It's so funny because that's a whole bit on I'm not
like a meme.
Tony Hawk was a part of
kickflip.
it, but skaters drive by people all the time, and if someone's skating,
Those ask them, like, do a kickflip, bro.
Yeah, do a kickflip, and it's almost like a courtesy thing. You have to try.
Oh my God,
You have to try. If they land it, like that, everyone claps. You fuck up, like whatever.
Come on.
And, like, just keep going.
That's hilarious.
It's like, you do a kickflip? Yeah, just yell it out. It's a fun inside the world skater joke.
I'll start doing that to my kids. I'll start just drive back and forth in front of the skate park they like to go to now. Come on, do a kickflip.
Kickflip, bitch.
Do a kickflip. Do a fucking rodeo 360 flip kicker.
Dad, I'm on flat ground.
Dad, that's not even a thing.
Well, guess he's not trying hard enough.
Come on, 920. 920 kickflip nose grinder.
The old 920. The one that if you do a 920, you're going to slam your face into the goddamn ground. Because you just over-rotated a 900.
I'll just bring a bullhorn to the kids' skate park when my kids are there. Just let's see how much longer they skate. If I'm just the dad, just being like, come on, you guys, monkey grind that nose flip kicker on the side. No, the steep part. Do the steep flip kickers. 920 to rodeos.
I love the idea of taking rotations, right? So you have 1080, 360, 540, 720, 900, 1080, 1260, but then you just don't use them correctly.
Right. Just
so you say like
numbers.
do a 410.
Right.
Which means like you're going to smash your face into the ground because you
not the right number.
You didn't go. You went 90 degrees too far.
Oh, you do 720. I do 735. Right. I did a 735 nose grind kickflip Healy.
Do a 735, bitch. I don't want to because that means I'm probably going to catch my wheel and smash my head into the goddamn next pyramid.
Do a 415 iron lung. Just make up just random numbers and words. Come on.
That maybe then someone will try to figure out what that is.
Do a Gorbachev 605.
Helicopter.
You're just saying stupid things. No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
I'm kickflipping, bitch.
It's just support, bitch. Oh, you don't want me here? Yeah, good luck.
Dad, please.
Buy your next board, then, son. Okay, we're going to jump over to the dumbest thing I was able to find this week.
Okay.
And this, I think, is going to make you mad.
It's the apocalypse.
This guy is, okay, this guy is something else because we hate hypocrites, right?
Yes.
So, tobacco firm Philip Morris calls for ban on cigarettes within the coming decade.
Interesting.
So the chief executive tobacco business at Philip Morris International has called on the UK government to ban cigarettes within a decade in a move that would outlaw its own brand, which is Marlboro.
Interesting.
So I'm Jacek Olzak,
Huh.
right? Is that how would you say that, Jacek?
Yeah, Jacek Olzak? Yeah, I think so.
The company could see a world without cigarettes, and actually, the sooner it happens, this is a quote, see the world without cigarettes, and actually, the sooner it happens, the better it is for everyone. Cigarettes should be treated like petrol cars, a sale in which is due to be banned from in 2030, he said. Government action would end the confusion felt by smokers, some of whom still thought the alternatives are worse than cigarettes. Olzak told the study's the Sunday Telegraph, give them a choice of free smoke alternatives. With the right regulation and information, it can happen 10 years from now. 10 years from now, in some countries, you can solve the problem once and forever.
I just picture this
as fucking motherfucker.
I just picture this as like he's recording this statement, or he's giving this statement from this opulent estate that is paid for by totobacco money.
Right.
It's like 100 acres. It's worth like 300 billion pounds. Like he's sitting on a fucking gold throne.
Right.
He's like, look, in 10 years, I'm totally gonna be ready to change. Right. We've reinvested our tobacco money so many times over. Did you know that I personally own half of South Dakota. He's like, I own Dubai. I own most of Dubai, and so we're gonna be fine. So totally fair. Agreed.
Get it out of here.
Let's get rid of it.
It's bad for everybody. I mean, yeah, it does kill roughly 8 million people a year, as we know, including secondhand smoke. But here's where a lot of the hate comes in.
Yeah.
So nonetheless, the company has come under fire from anti-smoking campaigners who accuse it of its hypocrisy after it launched a £1 billion takeover bid for Vectra, which is a British pharmacy company that makes asthma inhalers.
Wow. You got to admit, though, on a business level.
What the fuck?
On a business level.
Supply and demand. I get it.
That's brilliant.
It reminds me.
A giant tobacco company is shifting gears to inhalers. Holy that's fucking brazen.
It's like Marlboro. You can buy the cigarettes right next to it. You can buy life insurance. Right. Like it's the same. But it's the same bullshit.
Yeah.
It does remind me, and I don't remember the exact ins and outs. I think it was Johnson & Johnson. Where they got in trouble because they were a big one on the oxycodone front, oxycodone, and then they also bought up
Oxycontin.
the oxycodone, the one that you would take, I guess.
Not
the
okay.
name of the drug.
Okay.
But,
Gotcha. Yeah.
And then they also bought up the rights for like the Suboxone, which is the one to get you off of it.
Oh my God!
It's like, you motherfuckers.
Just another one of those like, we fucking caused a problem. Now we'll make money off the cure.
Right. I mean, they're getting sued for billions.
That's like an old joke of mine.
I know. I thought of that when it was like, it was the Band-Aid stab thing.
Like you stab somebody and then have a first aid kit. Jesus.
I did think of that the second I read this. I was like, oh man, like that came into my head. Whatever special that was off of, I forget. But.
That's an old one. Yeah,
It's like the first one.
First album, yeah. But that's so crazy that they do create a demand and then are going to make money on the back end that way.
The separation.
He's laughing about that.
Right. So he's
sitting there as a state being like,
honestly,
I know they get it, but you know what? Fuck them.
Like the insult to just think that you could come out and say something like this, and everyone be like, yeah, that's great.
Yep.
That is amazing. Good for you guys finally making the change. It's like you just made hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars off of this thing that you knew was bad for the last 50 fucking years.
What I don't understand about this is if you're the CEO of some big tobacco company, just shut the fuck up. Just be rich. Just enjoy being rich and don't say fucking anything. Don't give a statement about anything because you don't need to.
Right.
None of your customers are going to stop smoking your cigarettes over a statement.
Tell you what.
Zero.
If you had a moral conflict, you wouldn't have done this in the first place.
Yeah.
So you're not tricking me.
No.
Like if you were like, oh my God, I feel so bad for making all this money because the cigarettes that people smoke and it's killing everybody and it's destroying families.
Right.
All this kind of stuff. Like then you just wouldn't have done it in the first place.
Right.
So don't trick me now.
Yeah.
It'd be straight up and be like, you know what? It is fucked up and it's killing a lot of people. Guess what? I'm shutting the company down now. Like that, maybe there's some respect there.
Yeah,
we're like, finally, I can't
anything
do this.
short of that. You're right.
I've had enough of it. Fuck it. We're out of here, and we're going to. I mean, they're going to make the transition to vaping because they know that's where it's going. They're not doing it because less people are smoking.
Right.
So they're trying to make it look like we're the good guys by shutting it down now. It's like no, because the money's going somewhere else, and so are you.
Yeah, and they've made so much money.
Right.
That like the heads of these companies are just like their families going forward. I mean, you know, his grandkids might be like huge environmentalists or whatever who make these like really green kind of products and stuff like that. But their fortune was built on tobacco, and it always. So just be quiet. just fly under the radar.
Just let it go.
Yeah, just let it go.
Make the changes without this press announcement.
Yeah.
Because God, it's so stupid. All right, you want to do Star Heroes?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I get no respect in real life, always am upset, so I let them know I hate them on the internet, yeah.
Okay, I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm always excited for this segment, but this guy, a lot of respect for the owner out in Maine of Angelina's Ristorante and Wine. This came in from dummy Leona Produce.
Okay.
It's Prodouz. I believe that's like a Czech type name. Produce. Thank you, Leona. This is fantastic.
Okay.
And this is a very, now I can't, it's Ogunquit, I guess, Ogunquit, out in Maine. Very well-reviewed place. 2,256 reviews just on TripAdvisor alone. And it is, it's Tuscan, Central Italian, and it's 4.5 stars out of 5. Most people, you know, love this place.
Do you know how, and maybe I'm just an idiot, but if you say you're an Italian restaurant,
right,
and then I'm like, and they're like, but how Italian? We're Central Italian,
right?
Like, to me, I'd be like, I don't know. What's the difference?
Yeah,
but somebody has to know. They're like, wait, okay, what kind of Italian? Oh, Central Italian. Bingo. I love Central Italian food.
I know, and they're actually Italy's history is so interesting that way.
Exactly.
Because it's not it's not one country like we think of it now. For most of its history, it's like little city states, and they do have their own little regional cuisines. Me personally, I don't know any of them.
Right. And I guess it makes sense if you think about if you're like, American food. It's like, no, but it's Southern.
Right.
That is different to me. I'm like, Dad, I know what Southern means, opposed to like, some bland Idaho food.
Yeah, so this is a serious Italian restaurant. Like most of the reviews, 5 stars. You know, you just pull up the quick 5 stars. This is just in the last week. Highly recommend. Reviewed yesterday, 5 stars. You know, kudos to Angelina's Ristorante for having such a great person answer the phone. Incredible service and delicious food from 3 days ago, 5 stars. I would highly recommend this restaurant, not only for the outstanding meal and service, but the staff's attention to detail.
Perfect.
Great management. Excellent Italian dinner 1 week ago. You know, on and on. Another fantastic experience. Excellent meal. On and on. But not everyone's a fan, of course. So here's the 1 stars. Treated rudely. And this is August 14th, 2020. And this is, who is the reviewer here? Doesn't say. So we just have the titles of the reviews here, not the actual reviewer's name. Oh, no, yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, we do. I thought we did. Yeah, that's right. Patricia C.
Okay.
It was our second time this week at Angelina's. Our first meal was outstanding. I did not have a good meal. Tasted very bitter. I was treated so rudely by the owner of the restaurant. Beware. I was offered a free dessert. I requested of the waiter that he refund the meal. He said he could not do that, and the owner came over. I was accused of all kinds of things. I am not young. Weird. Add the detail.
What are you? Oh, come on. You're 12 years old.
Right? What? Then I was accused of speaking to the people at the table next to me. They overheard the whole thing and commented to me. The lady said that her father owned a restaurant and said he never would have spoken to a customer that way. The man with her was also floored. Then they proceeded to tell me that they had to wait for 45 minutes past the reservation time. I'm all for supporting businesses, but quality meals and good customer service should come with it. So that's her side of the story.
All right.
Now, the owner at Angelina's restaurant, who responds to basically, I mean, as far as I know, actually, every single negative review, responds in detail, says, "You, miss, are a bully. You were checked on and asked if dinner was good. You told the server the food was good. You left 2 bites of a chicken parmesan left. Our chicken parmesan is huge. We said you should have told us right away you didn't like it, and we would have cooked you something new right away. We offered you a dessert. Since you ate the entire dish but 2 bites, you wanted a manager. I came over, you said, I'll quote you, I came over, you said, and I'll quote, you wanted off the check. If not, that's what TripAdvisor is for. Okay.
Oh.
Now here we are. As for the other table, they were in total support of us after you left. They said you made them feel very uncomfortable voicing them your situation. They thought you were crazy for even involving them. They never waited 45 minutes past the reservation time, then all caps, mind your own business. Oh, and they never tipped the server either. Just goes to show you they were trying to get food for free. How is that this server's fault? So just like really like lays it out. Like this is what happened.
Yeah.
And this is the pattern with all these. Next one, bad dinner. Left by again. Oh my God. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry.
Right.
Wait. Oh wait. Did I click the wrong one to start with?
No, well, you started there. You're good there.
Oh, well, I don't know what bad dinner is the same one. And, oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. That's
Okay.
right. This is intentional. So that she left it's the exact same review we just
Okay.
heard. He comes back. This person is crazy. She signed up for TripAdvisor again. Check out the name to write us a bad review. See the review under this one. It's the same person. I'm reporting this to TripAdvisor. And then responds the same way. Oh, but also leaves all cap. You are a cheap bully who did not get her way. Not letting anything slide.
Right.
Next one, they sit you where they sit you. No regard for health concerns from patrons.
Oh, boy.
And this is some weird, with a bunch of fucking numbers, stupid like username. They sit you where they sit you. No regard for health concerns from patrons. Made a reservation and they do not guarantee where you sit, even though there was a distinct request to sit outside due to COVID concerns. We have health concerns in our group and we are strongly against sitting inside at this time, so we made a reservation for the patio. We ended up leaving and then screwed for an alternative spot at the time. We were out for dinner since it was prime hours.
That made it seem weird. Like,
Yeah,
like,
like-
they're
like-
we didn't get to sit where we wanted, so we fucked somebody.
I thought it was, we didn't get to sit we want. Oh, yeah. We didn't get to sit we wanted.
Yeah, and then screwed for an alternative. Like, they're like, you know what? We didn't get to sit where we want. So we back there and we fucked somebody to think they could let us sit outside.
I thought it meant they didn't have another restaurant to go to.
Okay.
Like this reservation screwed them when they did what they
exactly.
want. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, they got screwed over. But the way it was worded, I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
what, you
yeah.
fucked
It's
somebody?
weird wording. Yes. Wanted to try this place, but will not go back again even after COVID. Must be nice to not need the business and to disregard patrons' requests. Owner comes back. Check out our Facebook page. We are the safest restaurant in the area. We have the most regard for COVID, more than any other restaurant in the area. We have spent around $20,000 to keep you safe. You were told that between 6:30 and 8, outside tables are a request, not a guarantee. You could have waited a bit longer and gotten the outside table. However, you chose to spite us and leave. You screwed yourselves, unfortunately. I fucking love it. Because that fucking whiner, you know what I hate? I hate this thing, and I'm talking to business owners like with touring, getting ready for dates.
Right.
And this thing where people are like, I have health concerns, you didn't honor. If you have serious health concerns, stay the fuck inside.
Right, don't go in the first place.
Don't go out.
Yeah.
But if you're going to go out, and then they have to like fucking come out with a hazmat suit to make you feel safe, then fuck you. Like that's a ridiculous thing to expect of the world around you. And I believe him. These restaurants, these businesses are pouring tens of thousands of dollars into safety equipment for their businesses. And if that's not enough for you, then yeah, just don't go there.
Right.
It's so simple to not go.
And kind of a terrible analogy, but let's say you were very prone to hitting your head on stuff.
Right.
And then you want every single place to be bubble wrapped.
It's absurd.
All the corners on the cabinets and chairs
Right.
do not have protected guards on them. Don't they know
Yep.
that I will bend over and hit my head on it?
And there is that person in the world, and I feel like social media has emboldened more of those people who want the world to bend to their they have a health problem. They have
Sure,
this.
their beliefs, yeah,
yeah,
sure.
their beliefs or whatever. And it's not that like no one feels sorry for you with your health problem.
There's just a line.
There's just like you clearly don't understand what it takes to run a business or just how the economy or the world works in general. If you expect everybody to cater to that, that's the ridiculous
That's
thing.
the entitlement thing.
Yeah, that's
that
the entitlement
no one can
thing.
stand.
Right, like it's such a weird I fucked my back up when I was young, had back surgery, and like there is cars I avoid, there's seats I avoid. I don't go to like certain places because the seat at that place just makes me like immediately flares off my sciatica. What I don't do is go up to like the manager, like, excuse me, I have crushed discs in my back, and it flares up my sciatica because you don't have the proper cushions on your chairs. No, it's their fucking right to put whatever kind of cushions, non-cushions they want.
Those are the chairs.
And then that's the chair.
Bring your
That's
own
the
chair.
deal. When I go in, you're right. I could bring in my cushion or I could go somewhere else. But some people don't think that way.
Oh man, dude, I see you.
Yeah.
You roll in. You like a table for 4.
Yeah.
And then you pull in like your computer chair, like a super.
Right,
you just
right.
you wheel it over.
Yeah.
Super nice chair. Like all right,
my
1 second.
God.
You adjust. Little spring and ready.
And I'm ready now. But isn't it crazy how some people expect you to have that chair?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Next one, all because of the host. Heard the food was great. We made a reservation, all caps for some
What?
reason.
Yeah, what?
That's the only word capitalized is reservation. For 2 to spend our anniversary there. We were greeted by, big expectations, anniversary. Fucking world doesn't care. We were greeted by the most ignorant host who had an attitude. He led us to a table in the darkest area in a room of the restaurant. We could see many tables set and ready, all in beautiful areas of the restaurant. But we were told they were reserved. After many insults, we decided to leave. Right, like they were just constantly insulting you. We realized that our reservation meant nothing. He kept pushing outside dining, which we did not want. We just wanted to have an intimate dinner. Because of this guy, we won't be back. Wish we could have sampled the food. Here it's very good, and that's why we chose Angelina's. The manager should be really careful on who he hires to meet and greet people. Guess you have to know someone to get a decent table.
I have to think.
Yeah.
How funny would it be
Yeah.
if you're walking through these tables, like, come here, can you come in? Your table's right over here. You walk by, he grabs a torch off the wall and like leads you like down like there's spider webs and like skeletons. Like, no, okay, one more. A little farther.
Come on,
Here
a
it
little
is.
farther. A little farther. You get to the edge of the basement and there's a dirt crawl space. Come on. He starts crawling ahead of you. Come on. I know it's dirty.
Get in
Come
the
on.
minecart. Get in the minecart.
Get in the minecart.
He pushes you down. Squeak, squeak, squeak. And at the end, it's just like a super shitty table, like on two table saws. Like little sawhorses.
There's a little bag of.
I'll be back in 45 minutes.
There's a little bag of saltine crackers in front of each table. Just says enjoy.
Right.
Meals on the house. So then the owner responds to this one.
Listen, do you need anything right now? Because I'll be back in 45 minutes. it takes. You'll hear the squeak. You'll hear the cart. I'll be right back.
Owner responds, we offered you 3 different tables and you didn't like any of them. The only ignorant person was you. Who walks into a restaurant and, all caps here, demands a table that had a specific reservation on it? There were 30 other tables to choose from. Sorry you couldn't get the one you wanted. It's a table. You behaved like it was the end of the world.
Yeah,
Hell yes.
I love that.
Fucking drama queen. Mm-hmm. Next one. Stay away. Pleaded with my parents and in-laws not to go here, but sadly they did not heed my warning. Not going into details, but greeted by rude staff and possibly the most volatile and unprofessional owner ever. No, that'd be Steve in fucking Colorado.
Yeah.
Food was subpar as usual, and on top of that, they were screamed at in front of the entire restaurant after a small request. That happened. Please go somewhere else. So many great spots in the area. This is not one. That never. I love screamed at. For a small. I just picture like this family, like so timid. Like this sounds like don't set them off. They just yell over anything. Please don't set them off.
Listen, there's some watermarks on this glass.
Oh, there's some watermarks on the glass. Exactly. You guys hear this fucking cut?
Jesus Christ! Sorry. So, never mind.
Never mind. I was picturing like the elderly father of this poster, like literally choking to death on like a dry biscuit, and then the wife is like, can we please have a little bit more water? Fuck you! No, you can have more water. Why are you doing this to us? Just like screaming.
Can someone please? My husband. I'm too old and frail to give him the Heimlich maneuver. Can you please go squeeze him? I'm not gonna fucking squeeze anybody.
You fucking bitch! I'm not gonna squeeze your fucking gross ass dying husband. Fuck him. Fuck you. No.
Check. Slap it down.
So the owner goes back. El Pacer, which is their handle. You should take your own advice and stay away. I love this. This is a person that's come. You keep coming back. You said the same thing in the last review in 2019. If the food is subpar as usual, why the hell do you keep coming back? Let's get the fact. Yeah, okay.
I love that. That's so funny.
And then just lays out the facts for them. So it's long, but I just love that. Why are you here?
We don't care.
We just stay away.
If you didn't come, somebody else would have come. We don't give a shit.
Okay, 2 more. Owner is difficult and does not appreciate loyal customers. This says, food is good but pricey. Owner talks down to his staff in front of customers. Owner does not appreciate loyal customers. He can be downright rude. He should not be in the front of the house. His talents are best served in the kitchen. There are many other good retail or really good restaurants in the area where food is good and you get treated well. He responds, Bonnie, first off, if you are such a loyal customer, why have you never written us a glowing review before? If the food is pricey, why would you keep coming back? I find it pathetic that you would sign up for TripAdvisor now to write a poor review about me. Who are you to decide where I should work in my restaurant? You should have also written about your bad behavior and what led you to taking the time to join TripAdvisor and write this review. For the record, my staff are treated exceptionally well. They have been with me for years. He doesn't. I mean, this guy is a little bit of a maniac,
right?
Because he won't let anything slide.
But look at the reviews.
I
know. Just on TripAdvisor, over 2,500 reviews, 4.5 stars.
Yep.
So you have to think it's probably pretty good most of the time.
I just love that he takes his job seriously. Right?
Me too.
Last one, he cares so much. Last one, owner seems angry. Nice ambiance in front of the house, seated us right away. Tough night after that, though. Waited for over an hour for food. Granted, it was the end of the night and staff was probably fatigued. Politely asked about our order and was berated by waiter and owner. Owner walked away and said, I don't give a shit. Later went on to call customers trash and seemed angry.
Just spits on him and punches him, slaps him.
Get out of here. Waiter never returned. Other staff eventually delivered us food. Unfortunately, we can't really rate the food because the experience was so confrontational. We lost our appetite. Oh, I can't eat now.
I lost my appetite.
Someone said I don't give a shit and now I can't eat. That's how fucking weak of a human I am.
Like the waiters are playing good cop, bad cop.
Oh my God.
you be the bad
Right,
waiter.
right.
I'll come in and save the day.
If you can't eat, if you literally just can't eat because you're so upset because the owner of the restaurant yelled at you, you're a fucking weak ass human being. You need to strengthen your mind because you're way too fragile for the world.
I just love the idea. It's like, we're so sorry for being here. I don't give a shit. Like, there's no way.
Tried to have an adult conversation with the owner to provide feedback, but was told by staff that he is in a bad place. Please don't do this. Would not recommend this restaurant to anyone based on the anger of the owner. Incredibly rude. Paid our bill and happily walked away as soon as we could. Felt threatened by owner and staff and have never felt this way in a restaurant ever before. Is this person having a fucking panic attack? Reading other reviews after the fact, it appears that the owner seems to be overly reactive and has difficulty taking ownership for his actions. Do your homework before going here. So here we go. Bob.
Good to see you, bud.
Good to see you, Bob. You felt threatened? What you felt was stupid after your wife got out of her chair to ask where the food was. And when the answer was given and actually made sense, you were annoyed. You came in without a reservation at 9:05 p.m. Your order was placed on our computer at 9:12 with drinks. Then appetizers and dinner were ordered at 10:05. I love the fucking breakdown from the computer. Your wife asked me where the dinner was. I explained to her, it's only been 45 minutes since your order was placed. You already ate a salad and an appetizer, and we fire the food once the appetizers are done. If we do it any sooner, then we would be reading a review that we were rushing you. I'm not sure where you eat. You can get served in less than an hour from the time you order appetizers and have eaten them. Yes, the staff is very fatigued. Our kitchen comes in very early to start making all homemade pasta, sauces, lasagna, etc., etc. Around 9 p.m. they do start to get tired. They're humans, not machines. Now, after you didn't like the explanation of where the food was, you got all snotty and angry like a child who didn't get their way. You then took your phone and started to write reviews on Yelp and TripAdvisor. When the staff told me you were doing that, I did say, I don't give a shit. If you feel the need to write a review at the table instead of enjoying the time with your family on our beautiful veranda, then I truly feel sorry for you. The waiter never returned. Why would he? You screamed at him and treated him awful, and that's why I needed to come in and give you an explanation of how our restaurant cooks. This is also why our servers needed to step in and serve your food. Your original server was afraid to go back to your table. I was in a bad place? Where did you get that from? My staff would never say anything like that. Is that supposed to make your review more credible? As for paying your bill and walking away as soon as you could, that didn't happen. You tried to come back in to speak to me and were told 3 times you should go. Again, I had to step in. You shook my hand and apologized for what happened. Maybe you should edit your review. We treat guests how they treat us. When you are doing your homework, please notice the thousands of reviews that comment how incredibly accommodating myself and our staff are. We serve around 2,800 guests a week during the peak season of July and August. If we are so terrible, we would not be this busy. We would not have been in business since 1996. I think doing their homework. People doing their homework can decide that they will come to Angelina's as they have always been doing so. And I picture at the end of this, he just drops the mic. And one more thing, go fuck yourself, Bob.
And also, I don't give a shit.
And also, suck my motherfucking dick, Bob.
Suck my central Italian cock.
Right. And then I picture like the fucking staff applaud. I picture the staff watching him write this and like, yeah, no more. Yeah, keep it going. And then at the end, they're like, just big applause session.
Oh, it's so good.
So again, he's a little bit crazy, but I would go to a restaurant run by this person any day of the week over the person who never checks the reviews and just doesn't give a shit about what the customers think. I love this guy fucking cares about his restaurant.
Yeah, 100%. I love the breakdown of the receipt of like, listen, you're bringing that bullshit? Check this out.
Yep, because it's computerized.
Time.
Yeah.
You laid it out, and nothing's more of a fuck you.
Yep, exactly.
Than exact evidence of you being a bitch.
Oh my God. I pictured customers trying to take this guy to court and him just in the courtroom fucking eviscerating them. And the judge just like, you got another one. Toss him out.
He's still wearing the apron, like the work attire. Got his fun Italian hat on. He's like, gives him the day. He's like, anyway, I'll see you next week.
Your Honor, this should take about 5 minutes. Listen, you stupid fuck. And then he just like fucking rattles off, slams down the evidence on the judge's desk. The judge's like, all right, you want another one.
Don't feel bad. It's your fault. He's just really good at it.
He's really good at it.
See you next week, buddy. All right, that was funny. That was great, man.
That was fun.
You want to take a look at some good stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Sliver of Hope, Zach.
Sliver of Hope.
So the Sliver of Hope for this week does have a unique twist.
Yeah.
Because the hero in this story had to overcome some goddamn bullshit.
Okay.
So it could have fit in a way, depending on how we took it inside of like Apocalypse Pending.
Really?
Because it was such bullshit, but this dude ignored it. It all makes sense here in a second.
Oh, okay.
So homeowners yell, "Have him die somewhere else," as
What?
hero lawn care worker tries to save a man's life.
What?
This is so ridiculous. So police are calling a Florida lawn care worker a hero after saving a man's life despite allegedly being yelled at by homeowners to do it somewhere else.
Oh my God.
Tony was walking to work when he saw a man in a car having a serious seizure on Monday in Palm Beach County. Without thinking, he ran up to the rolling car and grabbed the fender to try to stop it from rolling down the street further. It ran over Tony's foot, but thankfully he had on steel-toed boots. The car finally stopped on a lawn, but the windows were up and the doors were locked. The driver was convulsing and was in terrible shape, according to the sheriff's office. Tony screamed for help, asking and begging for someone to help. The owners of the house where the car stopped allegedly yelled, "Get off our lawn and get the man out of here. Have him die somewhere else."
That is the coldest shit.
That's
a fucking serial killer living there.
Some bullshit fucking neighborhood. Some yuppie fucking thing. I'm guessing. Or it could be a regular not rich neighborhood,
Right.
which is somebody who's just a fucking cunt.
Oh yeah, if someone's clearly in medical trouble and you're yelling that, you are really like the lowest of the low. You're a fucking scumbag.
You don't give a fuck about anybody but yourself.
Yep, you're a fucking sociopath.
So Tony quickly realized he knew where the injured man lived. He ran down the street to their house, was able to get his wife, and they called 911. The man called the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office to ask for Tony's phone number. The man said, "I want to talk to Tony. He saved my life." Wednesday, the grateful man and his wife went and found Tony and gave him a hug.
That's
so
great.
despite people being like, "Oh my God, get the atrocity, get
Come
this
on.
low life piece of shit off my lawn. My perfect green lawn,
Right.
fucked over by Seizure guy."
Seriously? Look what he's driving. What is that, an 83 Hyundai? In my fucking lawn? How did he get in this gated community?
Look at the 76 Mustang in my driveway.
Jesus Christ, fucking get rid of the car and throw him in a fucking dumpster or something.
There's a dumpster down the street.
I don't pay.
Do it down there.
Do you know what kind of fucking HOAs I pay? I pay these kind of HOAs specifically so I don't have to watch some fucking loser seize himself to death on my goddamn perfect lawn.
Or the other side, he's like, "You know how big the fine is for someone dying on your fucking lawn?
Right.
I'm not paying $500.
Right.
Get him out of here.
Have you read our HOA?
Push him down the street to Brad's lawn.
Come on. This is bullshit. I have fucking kids coming over for a birthday party tomorrow. What am I supposed to tell those parents? Yeah, some dumb fuck that died here yesterday. You couldn't die down the street.
Have fun today. Try to have fun at the birthday party knowing someone died.
God, what kind of asshole has a seizure anyway? I have never had a seizure.
Not once.
That's why I have this fucking house and I live in this gated community because I've chosen not to have seizures. I keep myself in perfect health.
You think I can have straight lines like this on my lawn having fucking seizures? No. That's why I don't have them.
Maybe this guy's like the homeowner is actually like a decent guy for the most part, but he has a really, really fucked up understanding of seizures. Like for whatever reason, his dad was crazy and just told him that like seizures were associated like only with like hardcore drug use, and the only people who did hardcore drugs were like child molesters and fucking. And so like in his mind over the years, he's like, no fucking seizure motherfucker's gonna come to my house.
He's just reading reports about little kids having seizures. Like, what? That young?
What the fuck? That young?
That young? He's raping? He's
that
raping
little.
at fucking 6?
He's a little fucking drug addicted rapist at 6 years old having all these seizures. God damn it.
Unbelievable.
Becky, this is why we live in an HOA. To keep the fucking riffraff out. Get these fucking dirty seizure people out of our yard. You see somebody's like, that's what I paid for to avoid. No, thank you.
My whole life.
My whole life.
I've been trying to avoid these goddamn seizures.
Some guy fucking convulsing on his lawn.
his
Well,
car-
that's what you get, diddler. What?
What? It's not. Come on. It's not how that works.
John, what are you fucking talking about?
Can you imagine how confusing that would be in any other situation? In this situation, but
Yeah.
also applied to literally anything else, where you have someone dying in front of you. You have stopped to try and save his life. Like, please, anybody, please. And someone opens their door and says, "Get the fuck out of here!
What are you doing here?
I'm sleeping.
Right.
I'm trying to sleep." It's like nobody's
my
fucking
God.
dying.
So crazy.
On my lawn.
I was picturing.
It's like, what the fuck? In that position, you'd be like, what the fuck is going on?
I was picturing like a really ritzy hotel, and there's like the people out at the pool, and then some kid starts fucking drowning in the pool, like he goes underwater, and then somebody jumps in the water and like splashes,
And he's
some
having a
guy-
hard time, or he's having a hard time getting the kid
Right,
out.
he's making splashed a bunch of water, and then some guy like reading like the Wall Street Journal on the side is like, "What the fuck? Come on, fucking take that kid to the YMCA, let him drown there. Am I right?
Splashes this little e-reader.
You just got some fucking water droplets on my Rolex. Are you kidding me?
Oh, now my towel's wet.
Now my towel's wet. Do the thread count on this towel is? And I got, why couldn't you, if you just would have let that fucker die, then my shit wouldn't be wet, would it?
Even more, just lowbrow, you're in the hot tub, and God damn it, that water's cold. God, I'm in the hot tub because I want to be hot. Splashing cold-ass pool water on me.
As the kid is being like fucking like having his chest, like he's giving CPR.
It's the water that shot out of his mouth and it hit you, Nick. What the fuck?
I was picturing during the CPR, people are gathered around, the manager runs over, and you're trying to pull the manager away from helping save the kid. No. Listen, do you know what kind of fucking suite I stay in? You know what kind of money I give this hotel? We're talking about this now.
I don't have time to talk to the police.
You can save this fucking blue kid later. We're talking about this right now. Jesus Christ.
I have a meeting coming up. I cannot be here as a witness.
I got to Zoom in 5 minutes. We got to knock this out.
I don't have time to be a witness in some bullshit police reports.
Come on, just let the kid die. How much is his family worth? $100,000? Fuck them all. Anyway.
The kid, okay, last bit. Kid's dying, huge scene, and this guy looks like scoffs and slides his little sun bench farther back. Ugh. It's like, God damn it. He turns it around and faces like out towards the little, opens his book aggressively.
Big huff.
Squeak, like sliding that little sun chair over.
Some fucking hero is like trying to get this kid to the side.
He's saving 5 kids.
Sir, just, if you can just give me your hand. And he like reaches for him, like splashes. And then the guy, and then just fucking turns everything around.
Squeak. Like moves the umbrella, little crank to readjust the umbrella. Unbelievable.
It's like a cartoon. It's like Smithers. It's like fucking Smithers from the, or not Smithers, Mr. Burns.
Yeah.
Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Mm-hmm. It's like a real life version of that. Smithers, get them away from me.
Don't have time for that.
Please, Smithers, get the cretin away from me.
It just blew my mind when I saw that. All right, let's hear from some of the dummies.
Okay.
Junk mail.
It's junk mail.
First message coming in from dummy Ashley, who writes, "Heyo! I want to let you know how thankful I am to you for giving me back my laugh back. My boyfriend, daughter, and I've been through a rough few months. I gave birth to my daughter, Maddie, 7 months ago. A week later, I had an emergency surgery to correct a mistake made during my C-section and almost died.
Wow.
Until my last surgery a few weeks ago, I had been in and out of the hospital and in pain. Our daughter started having seizures at 4 months old. Again.
God, what did your daughter do to people? Before you even said the daughter thing, I was picturing like somebody else for some reason, like in the hospital room with her as she's, having this crazy delivery and like there's a risk of death. And then like that delays like them getting like their temperature checked or something.
Lunch break.
A lunch break. It delays like a nurse's like, what the fuck? Come on. Push it out or die.
Stay conscious.
Just die quickly or fucking get the baby out.
It's one or the other.
Do you know how fucking busy Chipotle gets if I wait another half an hour?
It's like a special lunch day. They have like prime rib, and they only have it one time a month. And it's like this doctor looks forward to it every single month. Fuck.
Come on.
God damn it. Let's go. So anyway, we finally found a good doctor for her. And she has been seizure-free for over a month. That's great.
That's awesome.
And I've been feeling back to normal for about 2 weeks. I found your show, Is We Dumb, through TimeSuck, which I love, all thanks to my boyfriend. And I finally started to get my sixth sense of humor back, and I can laugh again.
Yes.
Good, because you would need it listening to us read your message. It feels so good not to be constantly faced with something serious and be able to let go. I was having a hard time getting back to a good place where I can joke and have fun. Mm-hmm. TimeSuck eased me back in, eased me dumb, and pushed me right back into being my normal self. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Gape with God, drink Whipple, Ashley.
Gape with God. Gape with God, everybody.
Gape for God. Well, thank you. We are happy to hear that. It is amazing how powerful laughter is. It really is.
It really is.
In almost every single situation.
Yep.
Especially for me, as you mentioned, like a dark sense of humor.
Yeah.
Even the worst things will happen. My brain is like, there's still some funny stuff in here.
Yeah. and I'm so thankful, like with my family that way. Like Lindsay sometimes is kind of freaked out by my family because they probably should like deal with emotional things, let themselves be emotional sometimes.
Probably.
But what I like is that like, we really are like pretty happy people for the most part. And I think a lot of it is because we don't wallow in despair. Like even when something bad does happen, like I couldn't believe like my grandma the day after her husband of over 60 years died, the day after she was cracking jokes to like lighten everything up. And like dark as my sense of humor is, even part of me was like, God damn. Whoa. But like, she is fine.
Yeah.
Like she's fine. And like she was the one who told me so many years ago, you can laugh or cry. And I was like, man. And then when she did that years later, I was like, she wasn't just fucking around.
Or I can laugh cry.
She lives that. But I mean, but there is,
Yeah.
and yes, like have emotions, have all this
Yeah.
stuff. But it's like, but it is so healthy to laugh at stuff because what else are you going to do sometimes?
Yeah, 100%. Actually, we are happy to have you among
Yes.
this community. Thank you so much. And our next and final piece of junk mail is coming in from a cop dummy.
Okay.
Jace.
Jace?
Hey, Fred and Barney. Just wanted to say thanks for the laughs and assurance that there's others out there with a dark sense of humor like
Hell yeah.
everyone else that I work with. So as a police officer in Arizona, no less,
Yeah.
the recent story about a couple that lied about their child being kidnapped gave me a good laugh. Remember that?
yep,
They
yep.
lied about the truck, all that kind of stuff. So
And didn't that happen in Arizona?
yeah, I think so. I
think it
believe
did.
so.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right about the response I would have had. The stress and
Okay, cool.
adrenaline to find a kidnapped newborn would have
Oh
been
my
off the
God.
charts.
Yes.
Then to find the car without the baby would have been even worse. Then there's
Mm-hmm.
all the paperwork after the fact that's got to be written up. And as you guessed, it would have been a major pain in the ass. Just want to say thanks for what you guys do.
Thanks for what you do.
This show always puts me in a good mood and on my way to and from work to start my work week.
Love it.
They love it. Thank you guys so much. And again, you can send in anything for junk mail or anything that's content you want to see on the show. Send that in to dumb@iswedumb.com.
My stupid brain is so ridiculous. Like, I know it's such a stereotype, and I hate that I even have it in my head, but like cops and donuts. And how I gave like some cops and donuts a while back. Just when you said, like, this is how quickly my brain went there. You said, like, Jace, he's a cop. My brain immediately, I would say within half a second, a maple bar flashed in my brain. And then I just thought, like, man, I love maple bars. And then I thought, like, man, that fucking Davis Donuts over on Appleway does have great maple bars. I should probably get a maple bar.
That
And then, no, I don't
Davis
need maple
Donuts is
bars.
actually for sale. Did you see that?
Yeah, it is for sale.
buy
It's still.
it.
Let's buy it.
Let's buy it. I can eat some donuts. I guess think about it.
Save Davis Donuts.
Save Davis Donuts.
God, they do make a great donut.
You saw a maple bar in your head. I saw a maple bar with a little police hat. Like a little badge and some boots. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hey,
Thank
sweetie.
you, Officer Maple Bar.
Officer Maple.
Oh my God. Now I'm just picturing a weird, like, bizarro cartoon world. We get pulled over. Like, ah, shit. And then just a giant maple bar walks out. Oh, yeah, it's Officer
Shit.
Maple Bar.
Now that I say that, Wreck-It Ralph, aren't the cops donuts?
I haven't seen
in
that, sadly.
Sugarland.
I never saw Wreck-It
or
Ralph.
whatever it's called. Okay, you need to see it.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
It did look good.
I believe they are like a long hot dogs. One's like a big fat donut, and one's like a longer maple bar, and they chase
Officer
everybody
Donut
around.
sounds delicious.
Sure does. All right, well that's our show. We're wrapping things up. Hey Zach,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
You're very welcome,
Thanks, Zach.
sir.
Producing
Thank you.
and directing, killing it. Thank you, sir. Sorry about your burritos and the shortage.
It's sad.
You're going through. You'll make it through. I promise.
America will make it through.
Everyone has their cross to bear, and Zach's cross takes the shape of a fucking gas station burrito.
Screw you, Dan.
And sometimes extra crisp, like a chimichanga. The next batch, the Just Don't 2.0 collection, is available right now. Thanks to Logan Keith for pumping that out, and all the merch we have under the Bad Magic Productions wing. And you can go buy the Just Don't stuff right now. Head over to badmagicmerch.com or iswedumb.com. Also, thanks to Logan for running our social media accounts. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at iswedumb. Private Facebook group is Is We Dummies, moderated by Liz Hernandez and the All Seeing Eyes. And you can see the video version of this show and all the shows we do by following our YouTube channel. Just go search for Bad Magic Productions. And again, that email, if you want to send something in, dumb@iswedumb.com. And then general questions like, hey, where should I send in the content? You can send that to info@iswedumb.com.
Cool.
Isn't that fun?
Yep.
I have gotten some of those like, hey, what's the email again? I'm like, oh, you're so close. Switch out info and then just put in dumb.
Put it down.
But it's a general question, and
Yes,
they
yes.
eventually get to the right spot. Okay, I'm going to wrap things up with a joke that I do think is going to make you laugh.
Okay.
Okay. Zach!
Hey, you want to hear a joke?
Wow, need that joke.
So gosh, thank you. This one's sent in by dummy Alex.
All right, Alex.
So, why aren't koala bears considered bears?
Why aren't koala bears considered bears? I don't know.
Because they don't have the qualifications.
That's adorable.
Come on, get the fuck out of here.
Cute.
I've laughed harder at that one than like other ones. I don't know why. 'Cause it's just so
Right.
it's perfect qualifications.
Qualifications. There is something I will say about like dad jokes where it's like the mood you're in, and also it's like I think that's so fun about humor. There are some things that I will think are so hilarious that I know other people, but it's like they just hit me that way for some reason. I love that they hit everyone a little bit different. Like you'll have that one where it's like it just fucking kills me.
It's just I don't know.
And I'll have another one that's like I won't know why, and it does make me laugh harder than the rest.
It's just so gosh dang cute. Yeah, I don't know. Some week is qualifications, and sometimes it's seizures.
It just sounds like little kid voice, like qualifications.
Qualifications.
I don't have the right qualifications.
All right, guys. See you next week. Bye.
Magic Productions.